We begin this broadcast with some breaking news that's coming in from Karnataka, where the leadership tussle continues to go on, but now MLAs seem to be pushing for a cabinet reshuffle. 31 Congress MLAs have written to the High Command of the Congress Party demanding a cabinet berth for themselves. First-time MLAs have now written to Rahul Gandhi, Mallikarjun Kharge, the chief of the party, KC Venugopal, Randeep Singh Surjewala, who is the Karnataka in charge for the Congress party, the Chief Minister, Mr. Siddaramaiah, and Deputy Chief Minister, DK Shivkumar as well. They are now demanding that first-time MLAs should be inducted into the cabinet when a reshuffle takes place. Even as we see the kind of leadership tussle that takes place between Siddaramaiah and his deputy DK Shivkumar, the amount of cabinet berths and cabinet ranks that have been handed out like candies to people, as many would say. Now there are more MLAs that are seeking a greater share in the pie. They are seeking greater representation for themselves as cabinet ministers. Rohini, my colleague, now joins us, getting us more details on this. Rohini, what does this letter really say? What kind of perks or positions are these MLAs wanting?
See, what they have basically said in their letter is that the young ones or the young elected MLAs, the first time, have been elected by the people because they trust them. And at least 5 of the young faces or the new faces have to be need to be inducted in the cabinet, especially in the reshuffle. Now, we have to remember one thing, that after the cabinet formation that took place in Karnataka, the 35 cabinet posts that were there, there was a balance, a caste balance that was brought about with seniors as well. Because also the Karnataka Congress came in full power for a full term of 5 years. So at that time, they had to make a decision of balancing. But right now, this is not the first time that these first-time MLAs, elected MLAs, are writing this letter. It's earlier also last year, we've seen that they have written to the High Command seeking that when there is a cabinet rejig, when there is a reshuffle, at least a certain section of the first-time MLAs need to be brought in. And they're also mentioning in the letter that it is not a new thing that we've seen in other states as well, that first-time MLAs are given a post as a cabinet and in the ministries as well, and a healthy mix of the young and the old, a healthy mix of the new and the young and the old as well, will help in the betterment and development of the state and better policies as well.
Now, any reaction so far from the Congress party over this? I mean, there's already so many cabinet berths, so many cabinet ranks that have been handed out to those who are not even MLAs in that particular case. Can the state actually go forward and increase the number of cabinet ministers that they have? And if they were to replace any of the old hands, that's not going to go down too well either.
That's so true. But also the timing is important, Poonam. You have to see that this is a time when we're actually seeing a leadership tussle. We're seeing this entire game of Kissa Kurshika that is happening. We're also seeing the pressure that is being put, especially from both camps, be it the Siddaramaiah camp or the DK Shivkumar camp. You're also seeing the DK Shivkumar going to Delhi and coming back, and Siddaramaiah's team and people who are also his who are close to him also meeting the High Command. So in this entire business, when we're also seeing that they're also pushing for a cabinet reshuffle, there's also pressure that is being put on the High Command, especially not just about a change in chief ministership or but also for the cabinet reshuffle to ensure that people from both camps are also accommodated. Yes, if you're going to be shifting out people who are important, because we have to understand, and this happens time and again, that elections are fought not just on the leader's popularity, but also on caste balance as well. If they do move around and shift around and create an imbalance, that will affect the future elections. And again, we have to also remember that any decision that is taken in Karnataka, especially be it cabinet rejig or be it even chief minister's post, will have a cascading effect on the upcoming elections in other states. Very crucial elections happening in South India, in Kerala and Tamil Nadu. So that also will be kept in mind. So the High Command also playing it slow, though we know right now that despite the minister, Mr. Satish Jarkali, is saying that the High Command has communicated to them that things have been settled, but the High Command will take its time. The ball still lies in the High Command's court.
But the High Command really hasn't been forthcoming in making any of these decisions, isn't it? I mean, even if when it comes to the leadership tussle that has been going on for over 2.5 years now, all that the High Command seems to be saying is that all is well. And then every few months, every few weeks, we hear these murmurs coming in from either camps.
Well, it goes back to the same point that I was saying, that the High Command will take its time because there are multiple layers to this. One is that initially the High Command did not take that initial stance or say anything, because not only was they wanted the 2.5 years of completion of governance, they also wanted to show people that the 5 guarantees are implementable. There were also Telangana elections that had taken place soon after the Karnataka elections that took place, and after which you had seen subsequent elections in other states as well, where they used the guarantee scheme to try and say, see, we have implemented this in 2 states in southern India, we will bring it to you in other places as well. That's what the Congress did. And secondly, also did not want to rock the boat. Again, we also have to understand how Siddaramaiah works. in terms of a leader. He still stands as the tallest Ahinda leader in Karnataka, a person with the backing of the entire backward classes, OBCs, and minorities as well for now. And also, D.K. Shukmar, as a deputy chief minister, delivered in terms of what he has said, but pushing for the post because he says what has been promised will come to me. And if you notice that after those breakfast meetings that have taken place, both of them have not directly made any comments, but it's only the camps who are largely speaking so. But at the same time, when the High Command now would make, if at all make any statement, they would not want to rock the boat in southern India as well. We have to remember that the BJP has been trying and pushing itself because the first entry of the BJP to southern India was through Karnataka with B.S. Yedurappa taking charge as chief minister. They would want to also, and they are expanding their base in southern India. So they would also
Right.
look at pushing the Congress against the wall, but the Congress definitely does not want to let go. And that is why the High Command will ensure that they'll take their steps very carefully and cautiously because they do not want to ensure that this, like I said, the cascading effect on other elections in other states as well.
Absolutely. That's a worry for the Congress to have, even as we see such kind of murmurs coming in from different parts of the country. It's not just Karnataka, though it has been going on there for a very long time. But a similar pattern has played out in multiple other states for the Congress party as well. Rohini, do stay on with us. You did, in fact, speak to one of the aides to the Karnataka Chief Minister, Mr. Basavaraj Rai Reddy. Let's listen into what he had to say.
So, thank you so much for speaking to us here at CNN News 18. I'd like
Okay.
to ask you a straight question. The state is facing a fiscal strain. So, is there pressure on the government right now to renew or tweak the guarantee schemes because it
No,
is?
we are not very strainful in finance. Financially, we are state-wise, we are comfortable. But only things, there are so many things we are taking. You are talking about the guarantee scheme. Guarantee scheme is not the only thing. We are giving total 1,20,000 crores subsidy to the various sector of the people. Guarantee one of that.